Hey, ladies. What's going on? Y'all, the gentlemen are in the building. So y'all see me looking off, it's because they're in the building. Happy Monday. Hello. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Happy Monday. Mental Health Monday. But it's also Coach T's birthday. And look, I wanted to come on and do a quick recap of Retreat Her Baby. We had a time, okay? We had a time. I definitely don't want to hold much of your time on this evening. Just kind of wanted to share some nuggets from the retreat. Give some shout outs. Tell each and every person that showed up, thank you. So I want to just jump on real fast. And go there. If Full was a person, it would definitely be me. Okay, it would be me here today on my, y'all excuse that young one up there. Here today on my 43rd birthday, I can truly say with a smile on my face, I am truly thankful for those assignments, right? I am truly, truly thankful for the assignment that God trusted me with when it came down to the Retreat Her event. Oh my goodness. God did that, right? God did that. This has been one of the most out of control things that I have had to do in I don't know how long. I had absolutely no control over this event whatsoever. God was literally leading me every step of the day. I had to trust him moment by moment, minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day. The details were very, very 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2, pause. This have been a time, all right? This have been a time. First, I want to just go and say that I have never planned an event this big. Like, I've planned events. I've always done, like I said, events, with family and things like that. But to this extent, where other people were, counting on me, baby, this assignment was weighing on Coach T, okay? So I never planned nothing this big where I had so much responsibility when it came down to the other ladies that, God really just told me to take the lead on and to, guide them into the direction. And it's just been like, why would you do that, Jesus? Like, why would you do that to me? Right. So I had no idea what I was doing. Secondly, I thought I was supposed to model other coaches that I seen do this as well. God was like, nope. Nope. You're going to do this my way and you're going to do this my way, okay? Financially, I was trying to, take out a loan. The coins was not mapping. The math was definitely not mapping. It wasn't adding up. I was like, I have to get a loan, Jesus. There's no way I can afford this and this and then the other. God was like, nope. When I tell you he made a way, all the way to the very end. And I've learned so much on this journey. Retreat Her was not just an event, okay? It was a movement. Come on, Jesus. I know that something broke off of this past weekend, off of not just my life, but the lives of the ones who actually came and attended. God did something amazing during this time. Hello. And I know he did it. I know he did something. Something broke. I'm still feeling like I'm outside of my body. it literally feels like I've been walking through like this out of body experience. First of all, prior to the event, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't rest. God was showing me all these visions. I was seeing all these different things. I'm like, what is going on here? And then to finally get to that place, it was almost like it wasn't even me. Like, I know the Holy Spirit was guiding me on this journey. It was not even me. So I'm still trying to come to myself, because I feel like I've been experiencing like an out of body experience. All right. The Spirit literally has taken over, and I know God led me to do this. And you know what? At this point, I'm ready for what's next. I'm ready for what's next. I'm ready for what God is getting ready to do. Retreat Her has been a testament to the power of God in my life, in my marriage, in my ministry, and in my business. Like, I seen God in a different way, okay? Things that was not supposed to normally happen. God gave favor in areas and in ways that normally wouldn't take place. The way he orchestrated this, the way he ordered our steps, the way he allowed certain things to happen, the way he came through and provided, the way he sent the people, come on, Jesus, it was nobody but God. So today I feel like I've been redeemed. On this 43rd birthday. Come on, Jesus. I've been redeemed. I'm an overcomer. Listen, people cannot tell me what God cannot do. I have seen him do the most amazing things. And man, Retreat Her was definitely a testament to that. My birthday verse is Psalms 43, 1 and 2. 1 to 2. All right. And it simply says, vindicate me, my God, and plead my cause against an unfaithful nation. Rescue me from those who are deceitful and wicked. You are my God, my stronghold. That has literally been my prayer for years. That has really been my prayer for years. My prayer has simply been, Lord, vindicate me, oh Lord. Hello. Vindicate me, oh Lord. And God, help me on this journey. Vindicate me, oh Lord. And show these people through my story, through my journey, through my life, that you are real, right? That you are who you say you are. Don't make me out to be a fool out here on this journey because I believe you, right? Don't make me be out here looking crazy and all sideways, upside down because I believe you, because I believe in you. Vindicate me, oh Lord. And that has literally been my life's prayer, like literally. So going back to just, recapping off of Retreat Her, we had over 30 plus ladies in the building, 30 plus ladies that register and show up. We had countless of visitors from the hotel, the staff, and the guests. It was beautiful. I remember hearing God telling me throughout this whole thing, he kept on saying, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. Man, it was beautiful. They had so much already going on around, the hotel during that time. They had some kind of festival going out there, baby. I thought I was in Miami. I felt like I was in Miami. The weather was nice. It was crowded. People was there. They was having a wedding. They was having some kind of sports event for kids. So we had people in the building on top of, like I said, the ones who had already registered and the ones who, actually came to the event. The feedback I received from the ladies has literally had me on. I'm on a different cloud right now. I'm still trying to take everything in. The feedback, the responses, the ones who have come up and just told me how good this was, how blessed it was. Baby, the building, the Holy Spirit was in that building, okay? The Holy Spirit was in that place. I felt the move of God at Retreat Her. Come on, Jesus. That's why I said, yeah, they may have come to this event for themselves, but baby, Coach T received something from this too. The Lord was in the room. To see some of the ladies I coach and mentor and disciple and counsel show up in the building, that was just life-changing. You got to get on my email. I'm going to share a picture of one of my ladies where I didn't even, I had, first of all, let me just go back. I got lost. Okay. I had to go get the cake the morning of the event. I had to go get the cake. I had to go get the balloons. Okay. And so I'm like, let me get up and go early because, I don't want no issues. This is on the meet and greet day. Let me get up and go early because I don't want no issues. My sister, and the sister's like, you won't let nobody help you because you're trying to do everything your way. That may be a little bit of truth to that. But I was like, let me go and get the cake and stuff. And y'all just kind of like man it here. Y'all kind of like this whole thing's here. I'm thinking the address was one address. I put the address in my GPS, and I'm saying to myself, this don't seem right. This thing seems like it's a little further than, what it's supposed to be. I was out there on the road literally for 2 hours lost. Okay. I had to call them, had them pull up my folder, my bag. Can y'all find the address? I got my sister on the line. She's trying to call the, Publix, trying to figure out what store that the cake is at. Cause I don't remember something that happened. I know that was nothing but the enemy, because he was big mad about what was getting ready to take place. Okay. Got there. I was out there for like 2 hours. Luckily, praise God, that I went and left earlier. Like I said, I left early because I knew Publix was going to open up at 7, and the retreat meet and greet didn't start until 11 o'clock. Well, the doors are going to be open. So by the time I finally got back with the balloons, I finally got the cake, I finally got, to the place. We set up the shop. We started setting up, the vendors were, were there. People were arriving. The coaches and the speakers, baby, I got to just give them applause. Them girls did their thing, okay? They showed up and showed out the entire weekend. And so they was there. They showed up. They did what they supposed to do. While they was there showing up, mind you, I was getting some phone calls from other ones who was telling me, Coach C, I'm not going to make it today. Coach C, I had an emergency. Coach C, something came up. Not only was I getting this from some of the coaches, but I was getting this from some of the ladies who had originally was supposed to come. And so in my mind, I'm saying to myself, Tanika, if you're supposed to be a representative of what healthy mental health look like, okay, you supposed to be a representative of that. You better not get here and show your monkey tail. So my response was just like, okay. Because I knew once I had got lost, I knew that the enemy was trying to get me worked up. I knew he was trying to get me overwhelmed. I knew he was trying to get me into a different place. So I was simply just like, okay, hello. I was just simply like, okay. So some of the ladies that were supposed to come on Friday, they was not able to come on Friday. Some of the people that were supposed to come to the event that had registered and signed up, they did not come. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna get myself worked up. So go back to now. I'm back at the building. I got the cake. I got the balloons. We setting up. Everybody done set up their area. It looked beautiful in the vendor's room. I'm walking out like, all right, let me get ready to go and get dressed or whatever. I comes from out of the vendor's room. I see one of my clients, and she had her friend with her, and baby, something happened in that moment that I can't even explain. Something took place in that very moment that I cannot explain. When she walked up to me, she was like, oh my God, Coach T, you real. Baby, something hit my spirit. When I tell you the Holy Spirit moved for 10 minutes, we stood there in that hallway hugging and crying and praising God and sharing stories. It was like, this is really happening, Jesus. Like, what are we doing here? People was standing around. We was hollering. The lady who was over the, walking me through the event. So she came from the hotel, person that's over the event part. She came. She heard us screaming and yelling. She was trying to figure out what's going on. When I tell you, I felt the Spirit of the Lord in that moment so heavily. It was almost like, for her, she was saying it was like she knew she was supposed to be there. But for me, it was like a stamp. It felt like that was the stamp. That was the promotion. That was the graduation. That was the, you have arrived. You are here. You are finally at this place that God wants you to be. That moment was so real. Like I said, I can't even explain the feeling. It was so real. It was so, the Spirit of the Lord was there. That's all I can say. You had to be there to experience that. It was so strong, it was so powerful. People that was coming around and seeing us, they started crying. They started, just praising God. They were just looking like, what is going on here? They had no idea. That moment was almost like, for me, it was like, daughter, you here. Like, that felt like the promotion for me. That felt like the stamp from God. That felt like the validation I needed. That felt like the confirmation I needed. That was, for me, like God was saying, I am now placing this mantle on you, or I am now, giving you this crown, or I am now, walking you into this place. Like, for me, it was like, you made it. Like, you had crossed over. And so it was just amazing. It was just amazing. So seeing some of my clients, and she wasn't the only one, but for the reason why that one was so touching, like it was, is because she was the one who was saying, Coach T, are you gonna have an event so I can come and meet you in person? She was the one who was like pushing for, us to have like an in-person event. I kept on saying, I don't really know. But after she was saying, I said, well, we could probably, put something together. So for me, it was almost like that. It was a stamp. It was God's stamp on me as like, I'm stamping you as wife coach. Like you have finally made it to this side. Like you have finally crossed over. I don't want to get emotional on here. It was just that touching. I was just so moved by it. All right. I was just so moved by it. And of course she's from Florida. So of course the FLA showed up, baby. It was an amazing time. I had no idea the Spirit of the Lord would move like he did. I had no idea he would move like he did. I got gifts. I got hugs. I got kisses. I got support. I got encouragement. I felt all the love. I felt all the prayers that people had been praying for me. I just want to just come on here today and just say thank you, y'all. Thank you. Thank y'all for believing in me. Thank y'all for supporting me. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Thank y'all for riding this thing out with me. Thank y'all for the ones that's been real with me on this thing. Thank you for the authenticity, the ones that's real, like ain't none of that fake jive and stuff, like real people. Like there are real people out there. It was good. It was just so good. Y'all have no idea. It was just that good. It was just that good. Our theme songs for the event, I had both secular and spiritual, okay? Because like I told y'all, we was going to cut a leg or two, and we did just that. I'm waiting for the footage from my son. He did some videos and took some pictures, and some stuff we probably just couldn't get. Some people took stuff from off their phone, but we had a good old time. From a spiritual standpoint, the song that, that God had really, really been laying on my heart was by Ty Tribbett, Savior. All right, so that was one of the songs. And then the secular song that God had gave to me, that I just really just love and been listening to for a minute, was by Leslie, The Pieces of Me. And so those two songs really, really rocked out for the retreat event. Listen, we left no crumbs behind. We ate good and got full at this event. If you was not there, you missed it. you missed it. So much insight, so much perspective. I got so many takeaways. I got so much confirmation on my call, so much confirmation on my assignment, so much confirmation on where I'm at now, so much confirmation on my new era. It's like, God, you did this. Because I remember on the other side of this, I was like, I don't know how this was going to happen. I didn't see it. I could not see it. God had shown me a vision of myself prior to going to retreat. It's like, I think it was like the night before, to going to retreat her. And I was standing in front of a group of ladies. And it looked like almost like a church, right? Because I seen like a big old cross in the background, but it wasn't a church. It wasn't a church. I was standing in front of something like a pool pit or whatever. Like I was standing in front of that and had like the little, thing that, people like the pastors put, they Bibles and stuff on, or their computers now. And I see myself talking and pointing and moving my hands and all that stuff that I usually do on lives and, in my sessions. I see myself doing that. And then I woke up. So when I woke up, I was like, nah, God, I hope you ain't calling me to be no preacher. My daddy used to always, before my daddy passed, he used to always tell me, Tanika, you need to open up a church. You need to be a preacher, open up a church. I was like, why are you trying to put that kind of responsibility on me, sir? Why are you trying to put that kind of responsibility on me? And so that was the first thing that came to my mind when I woke up from that vision. I'm like, God, now, I hope you're not calling me to be no preacher, right? And so God was like, nope, I've called you to be a coach. And you're going to teach and you're going to preach my word to people as you coach, all right? One of our guest speakers also came there, and she brought confirmation through what God had showed me in that vision. And her words stood out to me so loudly. I'm just like, it was a lot. It was a lot. So she was like, Coach T, do you know who you are? Do you know who you are? Do you know what Deborah did? Because I shared my story when I was talking to the ladies about, the time when the Lord had, told me that, you would be like a Deborah. And how he had tapped me on my shoulder. And I had remember him telling me that. And I rolled back over and said, no, you got the wrong person, sir. And so she was like, do you know who Deborah, do you know what Deborah did? Do you know what she did? Deborah was a military trainer. She trained men for battle. But you are training and teaching wives how to battle for their men. You are teaching wives how to battle in their marriages. You are training wives who are married to unbelieving husbands how to stand in the gap for their marriages. Baby, when she said that, it was almost like I had heard it before. I've known it. God has always, showed it to me and said those things to me. But it was something about when it came off of her lips, it was almost like confirmed, stamped, confirmed, stamped. It was like it was done. It was almost like this was confirmation. It was done. God had always told me that. God has always told me that. But this weekend, I think I finally received it. It's like, if you have never received it before, this weekend, I finally received, like, yes, I am. Yes, I am like a Deborah. Yes, I do coach and train wives, in a marriages for battle. Yes, I do. Yes, that is me. That I am her. I am she. That is me. I finally think I received it on this past weekend. Wives, y'all may never know what y'all Coach T, has gone through, sometimes still goes through, to do what God has called me to do. You may never know all of it, but I can truly say now, it has been worth every battle, every fight. It has been worth it. It makes so much sense now. It makes so much sense now. The things that I have been through, the things that I have struggled through, the things that God has allowed me to stand up to, it makes so much sense now. And then, like I said, just her putting it in perspective about, Deborah being a military trainer. One of my girlfriends from back home was there. She was like, you ain't never been that type of person. You ain't never been like a confrontational type. You was always chill, laid back to yourself. I said, that's what I'm saying. So why would God call me to be doing something as loud as this about warring for stuff? And that ain't even my personality. That's not even me. But baby, let something go down. Okay? Let something go left. My soldier girl get rowdy. My soldier girl get wrecky. And it's like, it was just confirmed. Like, this is where I'm supposed to be at, right? This is what I'm supposed to be at. 2 ladies came up to me and asked specific questions about the sunflower and how did the sunflower relate to our story, which was the woman at the well. So we basically, at the sunflower ceremony, we talked about the woman at the well. And they wanted to come and share, their perspective. They want to kind of get my perspective about it. My answer to them was simple. The sunflower represents the source, right? God is our source. And the woman at the well had an encounter with that source. Yes, she had an encounter with Jesus Christ. She met him there at the well. She received her healing through a conversation with Jesus. Wife, all I do as a wife coach to help my wives is I simply have a conversation with you. I simply have a conversation with you. And it's through the conversation that I have with you that God allows me to speak, to pour, to disciple, to mentor, to counsel, to coach. It's doing that conversation that I have with you that God allowed healing to take place throughout throughout. And we on Zoom calls. We on the phone. I don't do a lot of coaching in person coaches. In person coaching. A lot of my clients live in other states, in other countries, in other places, and so that part was so important to me. At the sunflower ceremony, one of the things that we did with the woman at the well is we released her. Right, we released her. We talk about the woman at the well always about her encounter with, having different husbands and, her being with the husband, with the man who was not her husband at that time. But we had some guest speakers that spoke about, that we all have a part of the woman at the well in us. Like we all have struggled with some part of her story, whether it was through abandonment, whether it was through, isolation, whether it was through, just her being, lonely, her being, just feeling hopeless, feeling, that lack of confidence, that lack of self. All of us have some part of her story. And baby, the way she broke that thing down, you had to be in the building. That's all I can say. You had to be in the building. Me, Coach C, I absolutely love sunflowers. And just recently, I have learned to love the story at the Whim of the Wheel. So much, so many times we focus on just the part about the husbands that she has been with, which is the part that I wanted, a lot of the wives that I work with and coach, this is what I'm telling them. You have to release her. But it was so much more to her story. And we gained so much more during this time about her story, right? One of my clients made it clear to me, right? She came up to me and she was like, Coach C, this event pointed us right back to the source. You was used as God's vessel to point ladies back to him. I apologized throughout that whole time because it was not my goal to have you come out and me push my Jesus on you. But what I had to emphasize and highlight is part of my ministry is in the area of healing and deliverance. So part of my ministry is part of that. And so as I had ladies come and it was a release ceremony. As ladies came to that, I apologized numerous of times. But baby, some of those other guest speakers came up and they was like, I'm not apologizing for loving Jesus. I'm not apologizing for, my relationship with Christ. I'm not apologizing for those types of things. And so it was not the goal to pour Jesus on anybody, but I'm telling you, so many received that. So I say, to God be the glory. I did my part. Every helper, every content creator, video blogger, Buoyancy supporter and assistant, flower lady, administrative supporters, friends, family coaches, guest speakers, doctors, wife clients, small group participants, co-workers, hotel guests, the staff, friends, the people from the outside, the people at the FedEx store, people at the FedEx store. Listen, Retreat Her owes me absolutely nothing. Thank y'all. Y'all did that. Y'all showed up through all the heartaches, the worries, the transitioning, if we gonna have enough here, if we gonna make it here. Baby, Retreat came together. All right. It came together. All right. And so I just want to come on here and just say, listen, thank y'all so much for your support. Thank you to the ones who came out. I'm actually planning to meet with the participants that came to the Retreat Her with the coaches and guest speakers. And about a week, we're going to do a Zoom call just to see where the ladies are now, right? Just to see where you are. And we do have some things. Listen, y'all see, I bought my little box down here. I bought my box down here because we did have some things left over. Now, as far as the t-shirts, it's still limited. It's still a limited amount that we have. We have some black ones. We only had the black ones and white ones. And so the sizes are medium, large, and extra large. I think we have a few of those left. All right. I'm going to share all the links below where you can actually, if you are interested in purchasing a Retreat t-shirt, where you can actually still purchase a Retreat t-shirt. Now, this right here is actually in one of these little bags. I put them in like one of these little fancy bags. And this bags is basically saying, self-care. It's a new normal. Is not selfish. It's good stewardship, right? And so I put the prayer shawls in this. Some of the times I give these to my wife, my wife clients, and when they do her Buoyancy booths. But it doesn't say this. So these are actually the prayer shawls. It says Jehovah Rapha, the God who heals, right? And so I have these available. If you want to purchase some of these. All right. Again, I'm going to share the links. I think these are like $13 for those. The t-shirts are $22, right? The t-shirts are $22. And then we have some hats. We have some hats that was actually left over. We had the pink one, the blue one, and then this is kind of like a purple-ish looking one, right? And it says the same thing on here as well. Jehovah Rapha, the God who heals. At the retreat, these were a little bit more expensive, but I am now bringing this price down to $15. So the hats are available for $15. If you are interested in purchasing a hat, you can purchase a hat. All right. And then of course, y'all check out my little flower. We had so many sunflowers, but it was amazing. All right. And then, of course, I still have some of the His Wife books. I have some of the His Wife's books, so you are welcome to purchase your book through Coach T if you're interested in that, or if you want to buy multiple things. This is how y'all can, celebrate Coach T on her birthday today. Come on, Jesus. This is how y'all can celebrate me, all right? Buy some of the things from the retreat, and the retreat booklet, which I do not have on me. Jaden, can you bring me my booklet from upstairs? I want to show y'all the booklet. It's on my desk. The retreat her booklet is on my desk next to the window. I will have the booklet available, where you guys can get the actual e-booklet. You can get the e-booklet, and that's only $15. In the e-booklet, yes, it has information in there about some of the things that we did at the retreat. But it also has, it shows you your coaches to give you their information. And it's a booklet where you can kind of like walk through. I share in there about your mental health, about your emotional health, about your spiritual health, about your physical health, and about your financial health. Man, these ladies were full this weekend. I was full. I made sure that I show up to every session. I made sure that I showed up to every part of it because I wanted to make sure that I show up just as, I don't want to just be the one just talking the talk, but I actually want to be there and actually doing it too. So I show up for the hip hop cardio workout, baby. All right, my knees still shaking. My knees still shaking. We did some dancing. We had we did some picture taking. It was a good old time. All right, it was a good old time. So if you're interested in purchasing any of these things, the links will be below for you to purchase, and then you can also reach out to me if you want to purchase a t-shirt. To me first, I can make sure that I have your actual size, okay? Because like I said, I don't have but a few t-shirts left over, and the sizes are limited to those. I don't have no smalls. I have one medium. I don't have multiple colors. I only have a black and white t-shirts available. So make sure that you reach out to me. You can reach out to me at my email to see if I actually have your size. All right. Let's see what else I want to put on here. I wanted to share. Right. I'm going to also share my Cashapp information or Apple Pay if you want to pay through, Cashapp or Apple Pay. Or if y'all just want to give Coach T something for her birthday. I mean, it is my birthday. Hey. If you feel led to, this is nothing forced. If you feel led to, you want to send something to Coach T for her birthday, you can do just that. But I will definitely have these things available for you if you want to purchase some of these things. And we can go from there. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the Buoyancy boost, because I think last video I talked to you guys about, I told you how we had cut that price in half. And the price has still been cut in half. I've had one young lady recently signed up for the Buoyancy boost, and she took advantage of that price. And what I say today is, from a business standpoint, from a business place, I am not able to keep that half price. Okay, I'm not able to keep that half price. For the ones who came to retreat her, they will still get it for that half price. They will still get it for that, for that amount that I have shared. And then I have also reached out to some of the ladies who have been interested in it. That price is still available to you up until the end of April. Y'all know the last day of April is on tomorrow. So if you're interested, and I'm putting that out there because what I have learned, and like I said, Retreat Her was a mirror of her Buoyancy boost. What I have learned and what I have seen and what I've seen God do this past weekend, there's no way. There's no way I can do that. There's no way. It's almost like me just giving it away. And I had a lot of people that who, like I say, sometimes when you give people something at a discounted price, or you don't charge them at all, they kind of play with you, right? They kind of play with you in that area. I did a lot of like buy one get one half off specials, especially for the ones who I gave a lot of family discounts to certain ones who I know just could not afford to purchase a Retreat Her ticket. And a lot of those people kind of played with it a little bit. They took advantage of it. And so it's like, I don't have that kind of time to spare in, moving forward. Right. I don't have that kind of time. I recognize and realize now this is a serious matter. When I guess because she was a self-care strategist, she talked about the spiritual warfare that's taking place and why the enemy is trying so hard for, to keep women from enjoying that self-care time, to keep women from getting to that time, because he understands if you are well rested, if you are in a healthy place, if you are healed, if you are focused, if your if your vision is intact and you are in alignment with God, he knows that you can get ready and tear down some things. He know that you can do some things. And so his whole goal is to keep you in a place of warfare when it comes down to you taking care of yourself. His whole goal is to keep you in a place of frustration when it comes down to those type of things, because he wants to keep you in a frustrating place. And so for that reason, I'm not able to keep her Buoyancy boots at the half price. The price still would be lower than I normally would charge, right? It would still be lower than I normally would charge, but I cannot cut it in half. It just would not make sense from a business perspective. And like I said, this is an investment, right? This is an investment. You have to know that you want to be a part of this, all right? Hello. You have to know that that this is something that you want to do. I don't have that kind of time to waste with people who just kind of like, oh, playing with this. No, her Buoyancy boots is an investment, right? And what I had seen over this past weekend is her Buoyancy boots works. Her Buoyancy boots works. Retreat Her event was a mirror of her Buoyancy boot. And when I seen the transformation that took place, when I seen the things that took place with these ladies over this past weekend, I cannot play with it, right? I cannot play with it. So I'm not able to cut that price in half like I originally was going to do. I'm just not able to do that. Her Buoyancy boots work. If you do your work, you will see the results. If you do what you're supposed to be doing, you will see the results. Thank you. And so on that note, if you are interested in signing up for the Her Buoyancy boots, I want to encourage you. Get on the books. The summertime is right around the corner. This is a great time for you to start doing your own personal inner work. This is a great time for you to start getting your ducks in order, getting your money right, getting things in order. For the ones who took advantage of her Buoyancy boots, congratulations. But baby, it is time for you to get things in order. It is time for you to get on board. There's much work to do in the kingdom, right? There's much work to do. And because there is so much work to do, you cannot afford to be sitting here laughing around talking about my marriage, my man, my man, the other woman. You don't have time for that. Right? You don't have time for that. You have work to do. You have other earthly assignments that God is calling you to, right? You have other earthly assignments, that God is calling you to. And so I want to encourage you to sign up today to start doing your work. You can sign up at www.marriagechroniclesbytanika.com. If you are serious and you are ready, maybe you're not necessarily ready for her Buoyancy boots. Maybe you need to just take the detox, the her Buoyancy detox, where that kind of like give you start you off to your healing journey. Maybe you are still dealing with a lot of negative emotions. Maybe you're still dealing with a lot of negative things, and that you're still trying to navigate through. So maybe her Buoyancy boots is not necessarily the next step for you. Maybe you need to go through a detox first, and we can get you started on that as well. Take advantage of this time. Listen, your healing is important. One of the things that the lady said at one of the guest speakers said at the event that stood out to me is, she asked the question, do you know what the number one cause of death for Black women? Do you know what the number one cause is for Black women? And so everybody was just like, and she hit it right on the nail. Heart. She said, don't you medical people don't answer, because I knew the answer. So she said, you medical people don't answer, because there was some doctors in the building and some other people there in the building that was from the medical field. And so the number one cause is heart disease. A lot of Black women die from heart disease. They die from a broken heart. They die from heart problems. They die from heart issues. This is the time for you to get your heart right. You need to get your heart healed. You need to get in a healthy, healed place for your heart. Don't let that be your story. Oh my God, that woman died from a broken heart. Or that woman died because, that man had never come back. Or that woman died because her marriage had never get back to a healthy place. Or that woman died because she had this and that or whatever going on. Or that lady had, high blood pressure that took her out. Or that lady, she had, heart failure and she went and left because of what she went through, because she didn't never take care of her mental health, her emotional health, her spiritual health, and her physical health. We even talked about the financial health. I had an entrepreneur in the building. Baby, we want to be bosses in this season. Come on, Jesus. It's about you getting your own coins. It's about you being your own boss. It's about you making your own money. Yes, going to work and having a job, those are great things. But is that where God wants you at? You got to know where you are on your journey and what's next for you. This is the time for you to do your work. Her Buoyancy Boost covers all those things: your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, physical health, and your financial health, right? And it's an investment. It's an investment. Come join in and be a part of something that you know this person knows what she's talking about because they've been through this. This person I can walk with because they actually went through the same thing that I went through. Yes, going to counseling is great. Going to a therapist is great. Seeing a counselor, seeing your pastor, those are wonderful things. But going to a wife coach who has actually walked through your same journey and has experienced the things that you have experienced, that's what it's all about. Hello, that's what it's all about. So I want to encourage you to sign up if you have not yet. Sign up for your Her Buoyancy Boost. This is actually the box that your things will come in. I just put the stuff in here. But that's actually the box that your things will come in when I send you out, your information and send everything out to you. In the meantime, y'all keep taking care of yourselves. Keep being great. I want to thank y'all again so much for supporting me on this Retreat Her journey, for supporting me to get this. Yes. You said which book? The yellow book. It says Retreat Her. Oh, I forgot about the book. The yellow book. It says Retreat Her on my desk. I want to show y'all the book so y'all can get the book that will be available through you can get the book through ebook. I can send it to you. You can purchase the book from the Retreat Her. It's a great book, y'all. It's fully loaded with information in there about your emotional health, your spiritual health, your physical health, financial health, mental health. It gives you information about some of the coaches that was there at the event and their stories. If you want to connect with any of those coaches, I can give you their information as well. Some of them information is in there. We had the spa and the skin ladies. Man, they tore that place up. You hear me? People got free facials during this time. They had we gave so many free gifts away, gave so many freebies away. Yes. We gave so many freebies away, gave so much free stuff away. These girls had a good old time. I'm telling you, missed it. So this is the booklet, right? This is a booklet. I had some information in here, and it is fully loaded with information. I'm trying to go to some of the pages with the coaches. So we got some of the coaches in here, right? Who were phenomenal. They was like, Coach T, you making this speed coaching is too fast. You got to slow down. So, because the speed coaching was like for 15 and 20 minutes, they hated that. I had to stop. I had to, come and interrupt because we wanted to stay on task. We had like different things you can kind of like answer in here. So you can kind of like work out. So the booklets will be available. They're only $15 if you want to get the Retreat Her booklets. It has some information on here about what's your next assignment, what you're supposed to be doing, some things that you need to be working on, what your gift is. So it's actually a booklet that you can kind of like work through. You can kind of like, read through it, answer some of the questions, and this can even help you decide whether or not you need to sign up for your consultation. Okay, if you need to sign up for your wife consultation, listen. This is the season to do your work. All right. This is the season to do your work. We are in this new era and God is doing something amazing. So sign up for Her Buoyancy Boost or for your wife consultation. You can do so at www.marriagechroniclesbytanika.com. Or if you're saying, hey, Coach T, it's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. And you want to do something nice for Coach T, you can purchase some of the things that was left over from the Retreat Her. Or I will share my Cash App and Apple Pay information. And y'all can send me a little something if you feel led to do so. No pressure, no pressure. I wanted to come on again and say thank you. I appreciate y'all support. Retreat Her movement. It's not just an event. It was a movement. And we're going to do great things. I'm looking forward to what God is going to do next. I'll talk to you guys soon. Blessings.